Hi guys, welcome back. This is Sam for Wealthwise. Today we're going to talk about 5 surprising ways interest can impact everyday life of people as well as the economy. I want to talk about the fundamental difference why past is not a predictor of the future, and that's because of the white elephant in the room, and that's technology. So, what used to happen in days and months? For example, you would send a letter, it will take you days or weeks to reach the destination, and sometimes months. Now that happens instantaneously through real time technology using things like FaceTime and video calls. We used to see those in the Star Wars movies, but that's the reality of today. So, what used to happen in the past, we did not have actionable information. However, in the global economy today, we have real time information, actionable information available. So, past is not necessarily a predictor of the future. So, what happened in 1929 or what happened in 2009 or 2002 during the dot-com bubble is necessarily not what's going to happen today, right? And again, that's because of the white elephant in the room, and that's technology, things like artificial intelligence and big data and quantum computing, as well as uh, the ability to move distances very fast, are changing the way we live. So today we're going to talk about 5 aspects of how interest rate cuts are going to impact your real time life or your life on a day to day basis or the economy as a whole. So, let's talk about the 5 areas I have figured out here. And the 5 areas are stock markets, bonds, real estate, dividends, savings, and cash investments. So, let's talk about stock market first. So the stock market has historically been an uptrend for last 10 to 12 years. After the 2009 financial crisis, it has continuously been going up. There was a dip in the middle during COVID period, but necessarily it was a very short-term dip, and it has not really had gone into a recession territory or a big correction territory. It's been small corrections, so on and so forth, but overall it's been uptrend. So when you cut interest rate, first of all, the governments across the world cut interest rate because they see a downtrend in economy. And when we talk about economy, it's like a big truck carrying 7 to 8 billion people, and it picks up momentum. So when they start increasing the interest rate to cut down the index for inflation, right? Core inflation was almost 8, 9, 10, 11%, and they wanted to target it 2%. It took them 2 years to get down to 2% because the trend was uptrend, right? And because the momentum is multiple countries, multiple people, and multiple facets of the economy, including corporations, governments, and the general logistics of the world, that uptrend in inflation took time, around 2 years, 2.5 years, to come down. And now it's kind of on the downtrend, and it has taken roots. So the big truck of 7 to 8 billion people has now started moving downwards. So in spite of cutting the interest rate by 50 basis point or maybe 100 basis point, the downtrend is expected to continue for a while. So the stock market, the way it behaves, will be initially of the euphoria of the interest rate cut. Say, hey, we are past the hump in terms of inflation, would be going up, and this up would be roughly 3 to 6 months, and then the truck, which has been going down, right? Because now they have cut the interest rate to the maximum, but the economy is, which is recessionary trend, which is slowdown in economy, as well as layoffs, which are rampant because of again technology, that is going to continue for minimum, I would say, 6 months to 18 months, right? So after the initial uptrend, which is maybe up to December because of the elections and the festive season that is coming in November and December, you will see a downtrend which might last 6 to 18 months, right? And then subsequently there'll be uptrend which is 1 to 5 years or more, because now the truck has again started moving uphill, and economy, they have put the brakes on before, and those brakes are taken off, but the truck is still moving downhill, right? And when they restart the engine, it's going to take time for it to get up. So that's the first thing. The second is the bond market. So the bond is like a fixed income instrument, but we normally fix up the bond for a period. So it's 12 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years bond, right? So the bonds which are already there, so existing bonds will go up till the duration, which is maybe up to 5 years, and the new bonds will go down. And in between, you have a period where the people are still in kind of double mind whether they are going to buy the new bonds, because now the interest rate was 7%, it's come down to 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, right? So, but the new bond will have a lower value, and these guys will keep going up. So again, the old bonds will go up and the new bonds will get down, and that again period is same, like 6 to 18 months for the whole thing to pan out, right? The next is the real estate market. So the real estate has been tanking down because of the interest rate, again, because of the momentum and because of the duration of those. So when the government tried to increase interest rate, the market still kept going up because there was a momentum on the uptrend and people had locked in the interest rate, right? So similarly, those who have bought the homes, they would be locked in for 1 year to 3 years. So normally you will see a downtrend because of the locking in period, unless they refinance it. In some countries, you are not allowed to refinance. In most countries, if you refinance, there might be a penalty. But depending on that, so 1 to 3 years, you will actually see a 6 to 12 months of continuous downtrend because of the momentum of the real estate going down. And people are going to, and the other thing is they're going to wait and watch till the interest rate bottoms out. So from 7%, if you're going to hit like 3%, this period might be 6 to 12 months or 18 months maybe, right? And then ultimately it's going to have an uptrend. So after 6 to 12 months or 18 months, you will see the real estate taking off, and this would be a good time to buy it. Again, you have to have liquidity, because in such periods when interest rate is going down, people want to liquidate their high debt, interest or loans, and then get new debt which is at lower interest rate. But there's a period between it peaks and the period between it bottoms out. So that period is 3 to 12 months and sometimes 18 months, right? So the next is dividends, right? So the dividends, if companies have high debt, right? Companies with high debt, because they have taken a high debt, and if their balance sheet does not have enough assets, right, which is your running cash flow, cash generating engine is not fast enough, and you do not have enough equity, and your liabilities on the higher, which is your loans on the higher side, then those companies' dividends will go down. So we are looking at downtrend in the dividends because of the high debt load, right? And the high debt means high interest rate. And once you have paid off the debt, and again, because the economy is also going to slow down because of the downtrend, I talked about the truck with 7 to 8 billion people, and then once it starts to take off, you will have an uptrend. And that is because now they have taken new debt at a lower rate, and they are able to service the debt much easier. And on top of the debt being serviced easier, the economy has also started picking up. So it's like a double whammy there. The last but not the least, savings and cash investments. What happens there? So in the saving and cash investments, you have a lock-in period 1 year to maybe 5 years, right? So that again, there's a period of 1 to 5 years where the saving and cash investments are maturing. So as they start maturing, people are going to move this out and move it to higher ground or to other investments, right? Which make sense to manage. So if you have this at logged in at 7% and it's maturing 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 36 months, or 5 years, 60 months, then you're going to remove this from the savings and cash investments and put into instruments which give you higher interest rate. And this could be whatever the higher interest rate instruments are available in the market, right? It could be property on sale, it could be stocks on sale, it could be whatever makes more sense for you on the higher interest rate. So there you go, guys. So those are the 5 surprising impacts. So stock market, bonds, real estate, dividends, and savings and cash investments. And that's my take on it. And I do run multiple companies, and I have dealt both in real estate. I own a real estate company. I've dealt in stock market. I have fortunately never made a loss in the short run, right? So, or the long run rather. So short run, even if there's a loss, I have not taken, I've invested more, because you have to play smart. Because the saying goes, right, when people are fearful, that's the time to invest. And people are very fearful, that's the time to go all in. But you have to be very careful what instruments and what stocks are you going to invest. Again, it's just like renting out a home, right? If you do as a company, when you're putting in money there, you have to make sure the cash reserve ratio is very good, the equity is very good, and the debt to equity ratio is in control, as well as the cash flow engine is intact, right? So there it goes, guys. Those are the 5 areas I would look at in terms of how it's going to impact. The interest rate cut is going to impact the market in these 5 areas. And if you like the content of this channel, please do like and subscribe so we can notify you for the next video, and we'll continue our journey as we go. Thank you for watching this. And this is Sam Maul signing off for Wealthwise by Sam Maul. Thank you, guys.